Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sea of Souls, our live stream Dungeons and Dragons campaign brought to you by the Elder Brain. That is us. We are the Elder Brain. I am Craig. The rest of them are not me.
Wait, what?
Hey, I'm not Craig.
No, but thanks for hanging out with us. And we were off last week just because sickness and other stuff, but we're back.
Lousy smarch weather.
Yeah.
Lousy smarch weather indeed. I've been saying that all month.
We're excited for some D&D. Just a quick note, next week, which is March 27th, we will be streaming Pathfinder. We will be returning to our wonderful Pathfinder 2e game, DM'd by Ian, with a new title and a little bit of a...
Yeah, slight retooling. I think we still need to nail down what's happening with Mike, I think. But otherwise, yeah.
Yeah. I was sick. My plan was to sort that out over March break, and then instead I got sick. So
lame.
Priorities, man. Come on.
I know that I won't be Liam. That's the extent of my knowledge for my Pathfinder journey moving forward.
And I've got his grisly off-screen death already written up.
Still be Liam, just Liam different.
That's right.
Liam decided this whole alchemy thing wasn't what it was cracked up to be, and decided to go into a different profession.
That's right. But anyways, yes, we will be streaming our Pathfinder campaign, which will be ongoing, sort of once a month-ish. So look forward to that next week. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, want to join us for that. But that's all we got. I guess looking forward, we can say that I don't think we'll be streaming Easter. That's usually a thing we don't do. So that's in 3 weeks. We'll have a break that week as well. So just a couple things on the horizon to keep in mind. But that is that. So without further ado, let's jump into this episode of Sea of Souls, episode 56.
56
of Sea of Souls. So to bring us up to speed and recap what happened last time. After a bit of searching around in the keep, in Wilhelmina's old study, with some hints given by Gaius as to possible secret room that he believed Wilhelmina had somewhere in there, whereabouts, with some true sight from Dinar after a little bit of not
after half an hour.
Yeah.
You were able to indeed find a small sort of cubby off the corner of the library, in which it wasn't really a secret room. It was quite small, and there was only a couple items within. There was a book, and there was a chest that had a portable hole in it, actually, and inside that hole was a key. As you were kind of looking around in this secret area, you heard from Captain Boone, who was down near the crypts, that the seal over the crypts had been broken open or had failed. And so as you delved into the previously sealed crypts, you found not much, really. It was kind of spotless, unmarked coffins, and everything seeming to be not usually what you would expect for a crypt. No names, no plaques or anything like that. It was very bare bones, with it minus the bones. There was a large statue of Umbra pre-cataclysm, though. So Umbra when he was good, when he was the previous god of death, not of undeath, but of good death, that was standing at the end of the sort of main hallway of the crypt. Eventually, you did find another hidden location, a sort of secret wall opening into another door. Your key actually managed to fit. And then moving into this room, you found 3 glowing portals on one end of the room, as well as some bookshelves and what appeared to be sort of a study, Wilhelmina's study. And as you were standing in this room, one of the portals, the one that was sort of swirling blue, swirled open to reveal a frozen, frigid landscape beyond. This after Talon had attempted to invoke the name of Wilhelmina, who you assume had been watching with the magic eye that had been appearing in the wall in the keep and also in the crypt here as well. After about a moment of the gateway being open, showing this frigid landscape, it's closed again, followed by the sound of the door slamming shut behind you in the room that you're in the crypt.
Forgot about that part.
And so we pick up as the four of you are standing in this strange room. Get the map there. What happened? There you go. And so as the portal closes and the door slams shut behind you, for a moment there's no sound, and then you hear a voice. Well, I'm assuming that you must be Captain Dinar, Lorixius, Flick Dog Slicer, Toke Loggerhead, and Lord Talon Wavesinger Vale. Well, my daughter spoke highly of the four of you, which is the only reason why some of my more deadly traps have not been activated as you've been traipsing around within my secret locations here. Interesting. Yeah, quite an interesting bunch.
That's what they all say. Interesting happens to be my middle name.
And appearing, standing by the now closed door, is a woman who is a lot younger looking than you would expect, as presumably the mother of Serena. She does introduce herself. Pleasure to meet all of you. I am indeed Wilhelmina, but call me Min, please. Wilhelmina is so formal. It's not a name that I use too often anymore. But
I can assure you that Flick will come up with a better name for you in a moment.
yes, I've heard some of your stories from Serena. She's spoken favorably of the four of you, as I've mentioned. Do thank her the next time that you see her for speaking on your behalf. Otherwise, there are some other traps in here that, had I not disabled, would have... well, you perhaps would have stayed in these crypts. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, I suppose I should welcome you, even though you are in my secret study, but I can't really blame you for being down here. I mean, the seal did break after all, which should have thought that one through, actually.
Did you break it?
Well, see, the thing is, I triggered that seal to be tied to my own life, my blood, as it were, so that as long as I lived, the seal would remain. I should have taken into account that it would remain sort of after I died for a period of time, so that it would not just, break instantly upon, instant death, but, after time would have, broken sort of thing. So, yes, that was, oops.
At that, Dinar's hand will kind of go up and point, as in I'm sorry, are you trying to say that you're dead?
No, I believe she said she had died and is no longer.
That is correct. No, yes. I
mean, making sure that your seal lasts longer after you're dead, that's just basics. Am I right, Dinar?
Not for nothing, but at this point, if she were undead, I think we are well past the point of being surprised by that, Captain.
Oh, yes, no. I serve the goddess of death. Naya, undead is anathema. That would not work so well. And this place is guarded against the undead, actually. But yes, I was briefly dead a few hours ago. Tricky situation, that.
Awfully recent?
But as you can say, I'm not currently dead, but I was. But the spell on the seal which I had created, as soon as I died, it must have cracked at that moment, which is, in hindsight, why I'm saying that I should have given a bit of a time delay, as it were, to ensure that I was actually dead. Dead.
Hey, Flick, yeah, you got a lot in common with her.
Yep. Me and your Aunt Minnie, we both had a run-in with Mr. Sparkle, apparently. So that's
There
fantastic.
Min.
Minnie.
No, it's no. It's
Min.
Now,
Where did you die?
Yes, in the Rime Wastes, where I just came from through that portal, actually. The frozen landscape you saw beyond that. Far, far, far to the north of, on the very edge of the world, actually.
Okay.
Near the polar ice cap.
Fair enough, Dinar. I might have a more pressing question.
Go for it.
Why has this place been left abandoned for so long? What have you been doing?
As Serena has revealed to you, she indicated as much. We serve an order that is devoted to Naya, the goddess of balance and order and death. A very ancient order. Unfortunately, there's not too many of us these days. But my entire life has been devoted to serving her. Lives, actually. I found a reprieve in family life for a time and did what I could here to raise Serena. Brought her up to serve Naya as well. When it became time for her to go out on her own path, to come into her own, well, there wasn't really much need for me to be here anymore. I don't really stay put much, and so I've been busy with a few tasks over the years. Most recently, it would seem that our interests are aligned to a certain extent. I know that doesn't really answer your question, but I can't.
Fair enough. So you've been
really
talking
everything either.
So the two of you have been in communique this whole time?
No. Just she returned to Gloamcoven recently, and I happened to speak to her, not in person, as I've been away in the north, but when she arrived back there, we had a long distance communication.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Yes.
Perhaps there is a... Am I still a lord?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to join us at the dinner table, and perhaps we can discuss this over a more personable location and not trapped in your creepy cellar?
I'm afraid not. I must.
I was afraid of that.
No, I'm not trapping you. I'm happy to open the door. That was just a little bit of theatrics, as it were.
I appreciate it.
I do need to get back to the Rime Wastes.
Why?
Where I died.
Yeah. Let's circle back to that.
She's got to get her loot back.
No. That's
we're on Dark Souls rules. She has to go back and get all of her.
Let's rewind that a bit there. I don't even know if rewind would be a term that would. Let's circle back there. You died, and now you're not dead.
Correct.
What's the story there?
Well, being a servant of Naya,
Of course.
as I am, does come with some benefits, some protections, as it were. In this case, a specific amulet that I had on my person, which would essentially revive me instantly upon death, which was very handy.
Now that's a divine boon. You see in this, Torque? I mean, I feel like we're all worshiping the wrong god at this point. I mean,
It wasn't a boon. It was
If you would like to start
magical, very
handling-
rare magical item, actually.
Tayland, if you would like to start handling our divine negotiations, feel free to be my guest.
I'm just saying, I mean, growing large, coming back from the dead. One of these things is not like the other.
Mm-hmm. And can you do either?
I mean, I could grow large if I want.
While they're
Very good.
bickering, Dinar would like to take
I
a
like you too.
quick little peek. Wilhelmina, not basing it off the image that you've placed there, because maybe that's just a placeholder.
Min, please call me Min.
Sorry, this is me talking, Mike talking.
Oh, okay.
Not
Okay.
Dinar. Sorry.
Yes.
Question. Sorry. Question for the DM. Should have introed
Hey.
like that. Wilhelmina is Serena's mother.
Correct.
Serena is a human.
Yes.
Wilhelmina's a human.
Would appear so.
How old was Serena?
I think she was
Roughly, like just by appearance, how old did she appear?
Like mid to late 20s, probably.
How old does Wilhelmina appear?
Probably about mid 30s, maybe.
Yeah, you see, that doesn't track.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. Like we're slowly unpacking this.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot to take in here.
I mean, magical amulets aside, I wonder if there's more at play than just magic.
I'm wondering. I mean, my current running theory is that she thinks she died a few hours ago, but maybe there was something weird going on there.
Oh,
How many times have you used this amulet?
This particular amulet was a one-use only.
I mean, it's even still.
It is not the first time I've died, if that's sort of what you're asking.
Holy smokes!
There's probably one easy solution to this. Mindy, what year is it?
Min.
Min, what year is it?
oh, that's a good question.
Sorry, that was contagious.
What year is it?
865, the fourth era.
Okay, Craig, what year is it actually?
865.
I was gonna say it's 865. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Got that written down
that
somewhere.
Okay.
clears up that particular
I
question.
think what the turtle over here is trying to figure out is, might I say, you look stunning for your age. What
Thank
is your
you.
secret?
That I cannot entirely divulge.
It's Maybelline, isn't it?
I'm not familiar with her.
I've heard good things.
Like I said, serving Naya, being somewhat of a chosen of Naya, as it were, comes with many benefits.
So sorry.
Responsibilities as well, of course.
You get to be eternally youthful, and you get to come back from the dead multiple times. Torque, I mean,
not exactly.
you chose the wrong god, Torque.
I mean, we don't know that I don't also have these boons, Talon.
Let's test that out. Hold on. Where's my gun?
I would strongly suggest you don't do that. Listen.
It'd ricochet off the shell and hit me in the head anyway.
Look, I'm sure you're very interested in my entire life story, which
Oh yes.
you will not learn all of it. Let's just make that obvious.
No, we don't need to hear about all the boring stuff.
As far as our interests being aligned, however, I was in the far north, in the Rime Wastes,
Mm-hmm.
investigating a rather peculiar. I suppose the best way to describe it is a gate.
Oh. Well, we happen to be somewhat of prestigious experts on gates.
Well, you've seen one. I wouldn't call you an expert. I've seen 3 at this point.
Have you been through any of them?
Yes, actually.
I mean, she just came out of this one, Taylor. Let's try to keep up.
Wait, no. That's
No. I heard again from Serena that you had. She wasn't able to. Not being fractured and all.
Yes.
Not able to go through the void gate.
Does that mean you are fractured?
I am. Yes.
Oh.
So the void gate that you went through near the Ivory Spire, I have not been through that one. I was not aware that one existed. I added that to my list.
It'll change your life.
There's one here on the island, actually.
Is there?
So you're aware.
This island.
Correct. The one that I was investigating in the far north was significantly larger than any of the other ones that I've seen so far, and similar in nature, give off sort of the same energy of the void, but there's a lot of differences about it too. So I was investigating it. I was ambushed by some creatures that I'd never seen before. They put up a good fight. I put up quite a good fight. Thankfully, when they knocked me off the edge of the glacier into a rather deep crevasse, I'd already been beaten up pretty good at that point, and I'm assuming they didn't feel the need to investigate me at the bottom, since they would assume that the foe killed me, which it did. Momentarily.
So you found 3 void gates.
And died to blunt force trauma. That's pretty lame, I gotta say.
How many of these void gates did you go through? All 3?
1.
Oh, well, then we're just as much an expert as you are.
What did you see on the other side?
Why don't you tell me about your experience and we'll compare notes?
Oh, that's no. That's
coy.
That's not how this works.
I believe I'm the one that asked the question.
Isn't it? Whose magical hidden study are you in at the moment?
Well, technically, it's mine now.
No, it's not, actually. We can review the actual deed, which is located
not on the blueprints
later on. So,
Uh-oh.
no, the island is yours, save for a very few specific locales, which remain mine in perpetuity. But anyways,
Technicality.
Really should have read that fight. Jinx.
but as you are in
Both had the same thought.
my domain, as it were,
I mean, domain seems
Please.
such a strong word.
Yeah. Closet.
if you wish to know what I know, which can be of aid, I would like to hear your first-hand account. Please.
Well, on one condition.
I'm listening.
It has to be Flick who tells you.
All right, sister, buckle up.
I've heard that Flick is somewhat verbose and has an intriguing vocabulary. So
he's the best storyteller. Trust me. The last time I asked Dinar for a story, I knew he fell asleep.
By all means, please.
So we was on the near the Ivory Spire, right? I'm just trying to remember this whole thing. And Kamari took us halfway across the island. I don't know why she didn't magic us there. We had to walk. That was kind of. Anywho, we go through into the area, and there's these pools and crap. And there was a big bubble in the middle, and everyone's like, "Ooh, do you touch the bubble? Do you not touch the bubble?" There was a big debate about that. Someone touched the bubble. Might have been me. And the bubble opened, and there's some critters inside that, and we stabbed the critters, and then there's stairs or something, and we go down the stairs, and we go into this thing, and we're down underground. There's guys, and we lose our minds for a little bit. Me and Taylor got real dumb for a minute there, and then we got better. And then we met this big octopus face guy, and the big giant head sort of asked us, "Who do you think you really are, man?" And we were like, "Oh, look, I'm the dude who looks after the little guy, and Dinar's like all about justice, and Talen's all about revenge, and Torque's all about redeeming himself, and then we're back here. Bada boom, bada bing.
There you go.
That was far
Pretty
more
much how it
entertaining than I
happened,
would have
yes.
told it. Yeah.
Well, your description of the iron can, which is the figure that you described as what, the tentacled head?
Big giant head. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. BGH.
Yes. Put that here for you. That gives me proof that you've been there. I too spoke to the iron can.
Quite the individual.
This was, well, individuals, actually. It's a collective consciousness. Very curious.
I'll say.
I'm not sure I entirely trust them, to be honest, but I can't say that I trust anything that has come from or is associated with the void. At this point, given what they are trying to do to our world.
You won't get any disagreements from us.
Good. So here's the thing, gentlemen.
And Flick.
Yes, Serena did mention that you would try my patience as well. I see that
She
was
tries
right.
ours too. Don't you worry.
On that
There's
point.
give and take in this relationship.
Yes, you don't seem to trust her.
Hell no.
May I ask why? What is it you don't trust about my daughter?
Multiple secret identities, hidden heritage, magical powers, and reservoirs of stuff that she was keeping hidden from us. What else was there? The secret appearances and disappearances, not really explaining her coming and going too much, and just generally being shifty.
For what it's worth, I do actually trust Serena. Just I feel like I should make that known.
Oh yeah.
In case that becomes relevant.
She did speak out of an understanding with you, Torque, yes, but there was mention of Flick in particular, who seemed to always be questioning
He's always watching that one.
her motives.
I just don't want him to paint us all with the same brush necessarily.
Oh, no.
But I'm such an artist.
If I may, Master Flick, reserve your trust, as you will.
Done.
Serena is who she is, who I trained her to be, who the Wraiths trained her to be. That is our organization. We are trained
nice.
to be secretive, to move in and out of the shadows, out of necessity, to hold many secrets. There are many secrets in this world that must be safeguarded and kept. We all have our secrets. I'm sure you have yours as well, Flick. She herself is slow to trust others because of what she's been through and what she's seen. For what it's worth, she is on your side. We are on the same side, and I hope that if not right now, eventually you will come to see that, and that she is, if not a friend, if you cannot count her as a friend, at least an ally. She's currently digging hard into the archives in Gloamcoven to try and ascertain, anything really. We believe that Triskades has been here for a while. That it is not a recent emergence. That he's been here perhaps centuries or longer, waiting in silence, biding his time.
So they're slowly gathering power and forces.
Well, the thing is that if he's been active in the past, then there will be some evidence recorded somewhere, and that is what we are trying to find. Well, that is what Serena is trying to find. Anything that bears any resemblance to events that are happening now in the past, to see if there's any connection that we can make.
What sort of events do you mean? Like the sea doing the black stuff? Because I feel like that'd be big news.
Things like that, but perhaps on a smaller scale. So that's what our thought is that perhaps he's been poking
his testing grounds
here and there. Exactly.
Triskades is effectively on the same level as a god, correct? Therefore, it stands to reason that he would not feel any need to expedite his plans by our standards. After all, he's operating on the same time scale that the gods do.
In some aspect, yes. I would say that he is more of an eternal entity, or at least not confined to the same reference of time as we understand it. He's from the void. The void is a place, from what little we know, where time has little to no meaning. It's not really tracked, it's not really experienced the same way as we feel it here in Eudora. And so a moment for Triskades or for Yainkan or for other beings who exist in the void could be an eternity for us.
Sorry, for you?
For us,
for mortals.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't gotcha her there.
No.
Maybe that all your various voyages might explain your youthful appearance. Who knows? A little time loss here and there, a little time in the dirt. You said he died a couple of times. Yeah, I'll start catching up with you, I figure.
I will entrust something to you.
Hooray!
And this is for my daughter's sake. This is because of the trust that she so obviously has in you. Has spoken of you. I am human, but also more.
Some have said I am more than human as well.
You are the only human in our group, Talon. You're the most human out of all of us by default.
I am what is called an Azam.
Ooh. Wow, okay, so very devout. I take it back, Turk.
My
It's hard to retrofit that one.
ancestors have served Naya for thousands of years. I was born from the joining of human servants and celestial servants of Naya. And so I have celestial blood and human blood, both in my veins. I live longer, significantly longer than your average human, which is why I look as young as I do.
Okay.
I will
Out of
live
character.
twice your lifetime, if not more, depending.
Only if I'm lucky.
So there you have it.
Well, isn't that just great? I'm related to an SMR, but I don't get to be an SMR.
No.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, eh, Talon?
Yeah, I tell you, if there was some guy who ended up having the choice to create me and he decided to make me human instead of SMR, I'd punch him in the face.
Listen, we are all given our lot in life, not by chance, although there is a certain amount of chance in order. Order and chaos, they exist in balance. They must. There must be fate and randomness working in harmony. We all come from the weave, tied to it by our threads, and to the weave we shall return. Spun out again and again and again. It is... I don't like the word fate, capital F, but there is a certain amount of fate, I think, that has drawn all of you together, that has drawn you here, that has drawn us together, that has pulled Serena into this. There is something at work here that we should not ignore. And again, this is not some, we are not destined to save the world. You are not like, the divine heroes and but there is small F fate. There are things that happened that we've all experienced in our lives where we go, that can't be coincidence, right? Things have aligned too perfectly for us to go, oh, that just happened. Not to say that everything is that way and that every single moment of your life is determined to play out exactly as it is. But there are certain things that are meant to be, or that are willed to be. I don't know if any of that makes any sense to you, but we should take advantage of it.
I mean, can divine preordination coexist with free will?
It is not exactly how that works anyways. The gods don't say, you will do this, and thus it is. But there are... Every god, in certain ways, will try to influence events in the world for their own purposes, both the good gods and the evil. And so it's a matter of balancing each other out. I firmly believe that Naya, and perhaps others such as Marantha, Gothos, Domarden, who is the high god of them all, they are trying to work events for the favor of all of us, for the fate of the world. They cannot directly say that this is what will happen, but to lead certain people, to give certain people inclinations, or to put certain people in place in various ways so that things can move in the right direction to counter, that which the evil gods, or in this case, Triskades, is doing. Does that make sense?
Like a big old chess game, and we're the pawns.
You really have a bleak outlook on everything, don't you, Taylor?
Is it possible that with forces such as Umbra working with Triskades, that might be why the gods are struggling so hard, because some of their own are indeed in allegiance with the Void now?
I am afraid that circumstances have forced me to side with Talent on this. It does seem concerning, to say the least, to learn that we are all pieces in a game to which we've never even been explained the rules. Also, that this talk of balance implies that there is a certain amount of evil in the world that is simply allowed to happen, which is also concerning.
It's a wicked cabaret. They say that life's a game and then take away the board.
Seems like a power struggle to me.
Yes, and it would appear we're on the losing side of that as it currently stands.
I don't know about losing.
I mean, we've lost a god, they've lost nothing.
We've dealt blows.
May I give you some advice?
I feel like you're going to anyway.
Are you willing to hear it?
You seem to know what you're talking about. I see no reason not to.
Then scrutinize, you betcha, lady.
Very simple advice. Smile laugh, love.
I can assure you I do all three of those things with gusto.
I don't think you do.
Well, if not for lack of trying on his
You have
part.
such a bleak. Just from listening to this conversation, everything is about, the gods are we're pawns, and the gods are meanies, and the world sucks, and we're all blah blah blah. Blah. It's so morose and so depressing.
I think that what my crewmate here is trying to say is that
There is a certain feeling of defeatism to know that our actions are, to a certain extent, preordained.
But they're not. Did you not hear what I was saying? They're not preordained. You were
We are
simply given the choice. You were given the opportunity to act in a certain way. You could refuse. We all could refuse. I could turn around and walk away right now from Naya if I wanted to. Nobody's keeping you here. The gods are not keeping you here. They're asking. They're hoping that you will work for them, that you will help. They cannot interfere directly in this world, and so they must rely on the people who live here. They must rely on us.
Well,
Can you imagine that feeling? Can you imagine being a god, and yet because of the veil that has been put up between you and the world which you are trying to protect and trying to maintain, feeling helpless and relying on the will of mortals who are fickle and who will as often betray you as they will follow you? Can you imagine that feeling? Put yourself in that situation. But those who you depend on to save the world, more often than not, scoff at what you've given them and decide to live for drunkenness and live for cowardice and whatever else.
well,
As I'm enjoying this debate of theology and the nostalgia that it takes me back to, I feel like perhaps we should progress to something more productive.
for what it is worth, Miss Min, I have conversed with gods more than most people in this room, and for the choices they have offered me, I feel fairly confident in the choices I made.
I'm glad to hear that, Torque.
And, for what it's worth, I'm just saying, it doesn't hurt to always look on the bright side of death just before you draw your terminal breath.
Are we going to get a copyright for this?
Let me ask it this way. If you feel such defeatism, why resist? Why fight Triskades in the first place? What are you fighting for?
We've all got a stake in this game.
Very well.
Rest assured, while our motives may be shaky at times, we do continue to fight against Triskades and his influence.
Oh, I see that. My only hope is that you fight for joy. To reclaim it, to hold on to it, whatever form it takes in your life. Because it is that joy, that very, the happiness of being, that Triskades seeks to rip from this world in undoing it. So if we are to fight him, then we need to fight that morose, uncaring, unfeeling, apathetic view of life.
Well, I'll take your word for it. Maybe, just maybe, we might be able to make a bit of a difference. But as long as there's something like Triskades standing in the way, I feel like most things are going to be kind of pointless unless something can be done about it. And right now, we're kind of running dry on things we can do about it.
That's the one.
Well,
Perhaps as someone else who has a fairly knowledgeable insight into the workings of the gods, perhaps you would be able to point us in the right direction, in fact. After all, I think we've clearly established that we're all after the same thing here.
we are indeed. There's a few ways that I think we could be of service to one another in this very moment. As I mentioned, there is a void gate right here on Kios. It has been inactive in my recent or my previous visits. Could be worth investigating to see if anything has changed there, or if we can manage to awaken it, as it were. You could accompany me to the rather large gate structure in the Rime Waste through that portal right there. Even if it's a temporary jaunt, I could use your help, seeing as I did die. There are many dangers there. It is guarded, it would appear. So, either or would be investigating a void gate. If you have any other options, any other things that...
Have you been through the one on the island?
No, as I mentioned, it's been inactive.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Why wouldn't we start with this one then?
Very well.
Torque
this
is
one
going to
isn't-
turn to... oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, Torque is just going to turn to Dinar and say, well, Captain, I believe you know what my answer to this request is going to be. However, you will have final say as our leader.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm not super looking forward to standing on top of a giant brain person again. But if it holds the answers we seek, and you know what? It makes for a damn good story.
Well, I figure if there's a chance that we can go through a void gate here that's not guarded, that's probably the easiest choice.
There is that, and also not surrounded by a horrible, cold, wasted tundra that apparently is very deadly.
Well, yes, I mean, most of us are
Indeed,
dressed
yes.
for the tropics, so...
No, you don't need to worry about that. I could easily protect all of you against the,
I think it's more of
conditions.
the ridiculously deadly part that I'm more concerned about.
Oh, come on, Talon, you've proven yourself. Remember when we took down that rock?
Yeah, that was
Heard
pretty
about
cool,
that.
wasn't it?
You
I say
killed
we-
the Titan.
We did.
Yeah,
It's no
we
small
did.
feat.
Yep, that was us. Titan killers.
I wouldn't exactly say that it was an easy feat, but
Actually,
Ah.
had pretty big feet, for the record.
Do like you, Flick. Anyways. So, Kia's Gate or the Rime Waste?
I mean, we've already got the home advantage on one of those, so I
Let's
say we
just-
start here. And hey, if
yeah.
it doesn't work, makes our choice much easier.
Yeah, might as well start the path of least resistance.
After all, we're experts on these gates.
Right. Well, as experts on the gates.
Equal expertise, yeah.
Yeah, equal experts.
Do me a favor.
Also, do remember, we're Titan killers. The thing was the size of an entire island, and we shot it to death with
Yes,
our skills.
I am aware of
Yeah,
the biology of the rock.
yeah. We took the ship and we rammed it down its throat.
That far portal on the back wall there, behind you, Tanar. I'm curious to see if you can figure out how to activate it. it will take us to just outside the Kias Gate.
Yeah. All right, everybody, take
that
5.
case,
This
for
is
that.
gonna be a long one.
Well,
I got your back, Skipper.
Torque. It took them
Yes.
30 minutes to realize that they had a solution to a problem. You may want to get comfortable.
Yes, I was there, even if I wasn't very talkative about it.
I guess that's true.
I've just been going
You
through
were-
a lot lately. I needed some time to process.
I'm sorry. You loomed so large, and yet you felt so far away.
I've just been needing some time to process things lately. I will be back to my usual candor in no time.
You're usually so talkative.
Anyway,
I'm just trying to remember if I used all 4 charges of my chaos dice last session. I feel like I did.
Think you did.
It's quite a bit.
I'm showing 1 left, but I think I may have not maybe didn't mark it off because I think I used my last one to find the key or the little passageway that we got to get to this room. So the other thing that I have is the Spyglass of Other Sight, which allows me to use Ghost Sight. That's not going to help. Danger Sense, no. And X-Ray Vision. X-Ray Vision is probably not going to help me either. All right, well, I guess...
what exactly is it that we're trying to do right now?
Well, she wants me to activate this portal. And I have a feeling since everything else has been a glyph that you've had to press, but the only way we've been able to see that is with True Sight, I have a feeling that it's going to be something similar, but I don't have the ability to see those right now. So I think what I'm going to have to do...
Do we need to be able to see it in order to be able to touch it?
No.
I mean, last time you had to manipulate it, and it wasn't tangible.
But I believe that when we were in the actual keep, I told Tayland where it was and he pushed it. If memory serves me right.
It might be a little inelegant, but is it possible that we could just sort of feel around for it?
Do one of these around the room. Find it, guys.
Well, let's not assume that the only solution to this problem is the one that you're particularly equipped to deal with. Maybe there are clues in other ways.
Yeah. I guess Dinar will start by investigating the portal. The entryway and see if there's anything mechanical going on there.
Okay. Go ahead and what kind of investigation are we talking about here?
I was going to go with a straight physical investigation to start.
Okay.
To see if there was any switches or levers or anything around the area.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check then.
That's a 13 plus my 4, so 17.
Things doing something weird here. 17. So what you see looking at the portal is essentially around the stone arch. There are a number of glyphs, magical runes. And it would seem you've seen similar things like this before, kind of linked to teleportation magic, teleportation circles that typically relies on the right glyphs or a pattern, certain pattern or series of glyphs to activate a location.
Are any of these recognize? Like, do I know what they are specifically, or do I just recognize them as as like things that I've seen.
For that, you will need to give me either a history, religion, or arcana. And I know arcana is the one you're most likely to go with, but
History or arcana is the same for me.
they will reveal
Different things.
Different things, yeah.
I'll say because I can tell that they are teleportation runes, something like that. It probably makes the most sense for me to go arcana.
Okay. If you are going arcana, then another caster can assist you in this. So I'd say either Talon or Flick could assist you in this.
Like, bust out that book of yours. We got some deciphering to do here.
Got it, Skipper.
So I'll roll with advantage. Am I rolling with advantage?
Sorry, yes, yeah.
Okay.
Dark.
Oh boy.
Want a drink?
That's a 10 and a 5. I'll take the 10 for 18 arcana.
Maybe lowered inhibitions will lead to some more creative solutions.
My thoughts exactly.
So with an 18,
Dorothy's just gonna mutter, "I hate that I get along with you now."
you do recognize that there are some. It's like there's runes that are incomplete. That wouldn't necessarily do anything. They're almost kind of there's like false runes. And you can kind of with enough time, like kind of looking at it, putting your head together with you and Flick, there are about a dozen runes that would actually hold some sort of magic in them that you can tell. So you've got a dozen to choose from. Now, typically your understanding of teleportation is usually about 7 or 8 runes to kind of complete a circle, as it were. And there are 12.
Oh, jeez. So these are runes that represent something. It's not like a language that I could understand. Do I have
just magical like glyphs, like arcane glyphs that all seem to be connected to specifically like teleportation, temporal magic that plays with that sort of thing.
I think just to get a sense for what exactly we're dealing with, Dinar will choose one of them and just trace with his finger and see if there's any kind of activation, anything lights up, any changes.
The rune itself, think like Stargate, where like like one goes and it comes to light as you trace it.
All right, Flick, there's like 12 runes or so that are here. We don't need 12, we need 7 or 8. We need to figure out which ones we actually need to use.
Is this something as dumb as see which one's been pressed most often?
That's what I said, same thing. Yeah, like is there any wear on them?
That's a great question.
Flick, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
All right.
With advantage.
Yep.
Advantage. All right. I am terrible at investigation. Here we go. Hey, there's a 14.
Okay. You can definitely eliminate, I'd say probably about 3 that have never been touched. You can see that there is a little bit of wear, and there's 3 of them that have never been used. There's a couple others where there's like, you can see that it looks like there's been some smoothing of it. So you've narrowed it down to probably about 8, but it's a matter of order at this point. So you're pretty confident that you know the 8 runes that are involved. It's just a matter of, does the order matter?
Dinar hasn't studied teleportation circles yet. Uh, do I have anything that's going to help us?
Identify.
Would identify work on something like this?
I mean, what do we have to lose beyond like 10 minutes or whatever?
Oh,
think
I learn its properties and how to use it.
A magic item.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
necessarily a magic item.
The other thing about
Imbued
it-
object?
Identify might be helpful, but traditionally it only works on more common things. Anything
that's
that's like more rare, unique, or like artifact and legendary status typically require a legend lore spell.
Yeah, and this
Which
isn't
I
necessarily
don't have.
it is an object, but it's not like this isn't like a magic item that you'd use. This is something different. Yeah, doesn't quite fall into that same category.
Legend lore is not a ritual. What garbage is that? Anywho, spend real.
You see
spell
that Minnie just kind of standing there, like just like. A little bit
I
of a
mean, I
smirk
say
on her face.
start pushing, man.
Like, which hand are you? You lefty or righty?
Well, lefties in all of our hearts, but I'm a righty.
All
It's the
right.
knuckleball fast here.
Dinar will start on the bottom right side and work his way over to the left side.
Okay.
Working in that order, right to left.
Okay. So as you trace each rune and activate it, you stand back as the 8 runes are all alight, and the swirling purple energy in the portal begins to kind of shift in pattern. And after a moment, it speeds up and then kind of opens and reveals a forested glade on the other side. Trees look not what you would expect. There's normal trees, like the trees that you're used to. And then there's some other, like, the only way to explain it is like alien. Like there's just weird growth and purple leaves and other things that seem to be connected by these large roots. But in the midst of the trees, you do see a very familiar shape with big runes in an unknown language, marking this giant stone structure, the sphere in the middle. This one pretty open. There's one had a dome before that you had to that opened up. But this does look very reminiscent of the Void Gate that you had been to previously.
Awesome. Jackpot. High fives.
Dinar will kind of slowly look over at Min. What is her response to what
Flick's
we're
already
seeing?
walking through.
She just gives a nod. And as Flicker walks through, she's like, "Yep. All right, I suppose we're
Oh, record time.
and if you can all see that.
Nailed it in one.
Does that image show up for you guys?
No.
Hasn't loaded for me yet. Once again, Captain, you've proven why you are.
If Shift Z'd it. If Shift Z'd it. Why isn't it showing up?
Torque, don't sing my praises just yet. I'm not sure this is right. That does not look like Kias Island. But I guess we're going through anyways.
All right.
Well, I mean, Flick went through.
Exactly. That's why I said I guess.
Ooh.
Hey, this looks familiar.
Yep.
All right. So as you come into the strange-looking grove with very familiar-looking structure, familiar but not identical.
Mm.
There are some differences that indicate that this is a different location. So you were not at the same place. But looking up at the sky, looking around, it stands to reason that you are nearby. Like you haven't gone far. You're not like on the different side of the world or anything like that. Oh, how come she didn't travel over with you? That's weird. Add her on there. Give me a second.
I blame Roll20.
Strap
I do blame Roll20 because it's being weird for me.
pushed us through and then locked the door.
Classic.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Why is it is being really weird for me. Like I'm not at pace and she's not there. Well, you know what? This is a good moment for a break since we are moving to a new
Sure.
thing here, and then I can try to figure out why it's not loading. It's not
We
showing the
gotta-
image for me properly.
We gotta
so.
get Mike to draw us a technical difficulties page with
Oh, I
just
have
a
one.
with just Flick just covered in wires going, I don't know.
Oh, I should definitely draw that. Yep.
That'd be funny. But yes, we will be right back then. Take a short break, and we'll pick it up at the gate here. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, Elderbrain Collective. If you've been enjoying our live stream D&D campaign and want to support us, there are many ways you can do just that, and we would be super grateful. Seriously, it'd be awesome. First, of course, make sure you're following us on Twitch. Once we get our 50 followers goal, we can make our stream even better with subscriber perks. Then, be sure to follow our Twitter account. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where we post stream VODs as well as additional content coming soon. Of course, you can listen to audio transcripts of our stream on Podbean if that's your preference. Of course, you'll miss out on our handsome faces, but you get our incredible voices, so it's pretty good. You want to hang out with the collective and chat D&D and, well, everything else? Head over to our Discord server. It's open to anyone who wants to join. Finally, we've just launched our Patreon page, which is the optimum and best way to support us. That's redundant. Optimum is best. Each tier gets you additional perks, including exclusive Discord emotes, monthly digital content, behind-the-scenes info and creature stats, and, for the truly faithful, you can even gain power over the PCs in-game, live on stream, and have an impact on what happens next. I think that's pretty awesome. We'd love your support. You can find the links to all of our sites on our Linktree. Check out linktr.ee/elderbrain, Linktree/elderbrain. We hope to see you joining us soon as a member of the collective. Happy gaming, everyone.
Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho the sea of souls. Way oh the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls.
Greetings, wary travelers. My name is Mike, and I will be playing the role of Dinar Neurixius, dragonborn wizard on the Sea of Souls. Allow me to get into character and we can learn a little bit more about this pale golden dragon.
Being chosen is supposed to be a good thing. Chosen by the gods to serve a purpose. However, it can mean facing a life alone. I was born in our homeland, Drakor, in the east. And though these scales are supposed to be a blessing, I was reviled by so many. I could see their jealousy, could feel their stares. My own people shunned me, and so I left. I still drew stares when I arrived in Stormhaven. It's hard to miss these scales. But the dwarves were far more accepting of me. I learned I could put my magic to good use out on the seas, so I served aboard a ship, adding my arcana to their arsenal. Maybe one day I'll return home. Maybe they will welcome me as Verithan's champion. Or at least, as kin. For now, though, life among the Gungrim is good. I am used to standing out here, used to towering over this good folk. But what they lack in size, they make up for in heart.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I play the goblin Flick Dogslicer, an Eldritch Knight fighter. Once upon a time, there was a goblin named Flick. That's me. He was a good egg, but as a recently emancipated man, he didn't necessarily have the firmest grasp on the rules of free society, and often ended up on the wrong side of the law. So anyway, I'm in this back alley, minding my own business, rooting through the trash, when this old guy in a blue dress and a big floppy hat with stars and crap all over it comes out of nowhere screaming, "Oh my god, it's a goblin," and starts shooting fire out of his hands at me. So I shanked him. I didn't mean to kill him per se, but, heat of the moment and all that. Now even I knew how this would play out with the guard, so I'm looking for a quick escape. But this old guy didn't even have the courtesy of carrying a coin purse, just this big stupid book. So, yoink, and I beat feet to the pier and sign aboard the first ship that's looking for crew. Long story short, with enough time and patience, even a bozo like me can figure out a little magic from that big old book. I joined a good crew and enjoy my life as a seafaring mercenary, trying to keep ahead of the law and maybe make a coin or two for myself. The end. By Flick.
Greetings, tale seekers and story watchers. I am Devon, medieval enthusiast and D&D veteran since my 11th birthday when I received the 3rd edition starter set. Led to a bit of a collection. I will be playing the part of Tayland Wavesinger, human bard and mariner, master of the weaponized sea shanty. Oh, it'd be alright if the wind was at our sails. Tayland is a man slowly being consumed by his own faults. He drinks far too much, and has quite a ruthless disposition against those he dislikes. But he still tries to do what's right when he can. As for his goals, well, I'll let him tell you. Oh, me name is Tayland Wavesinger, and I quickly tell to you of a man that I am a-hunting across the ocean blue, with power over the sea and sky. Believe me when I say that when I finally find the bastard, it'll be his last day.
In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf, the sacred river, ran through caverns measureless to man. Down to a sunless sea.
Torque is a Tortle barbarian, presumed to be the sole survivor of the Loggerhead tribe. Even by Tortle standards, Torque is a taciturn individual, never deigning to use 5 words where 2 will suffice, and as such has been less than forthcoming in sharing his personal history with his compatriots. What is known of Torque is that he was discovered on a remote island by a passing merchant vessel, having apparently been marooned there for some years in the wake of a shipwreck which destroyed the rest of his tribe. It is for this reason that Torque holds a special reverence for Desfuna, goddess of the ocean, whom he believes spared his life in the ocean storm that decimated his kin. Having spent the better part of a decade in near total isolation, Torque is unfamiliar with the ways of the modern world. and his social skills are somewhat lacking. It is perhaps for this reason that he has chosen to align himself with allies who are blessed in the gift of gab, as he continues on his pilgrimage, the destination of which is unknown even to himself. Hi everyone, my name is Jack, and I am not a professional voice actor or performer by any means. However, I do have a serious passion for tabletop RPGs, and I hope that you enjoy this upcoming game as much as we're going to enjoy playing it.
All right. So as sorry, we were going to show that.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, I can show that just because it's a cool visual. So we'll check
I
out the
want
game.
to credit the artist, but hey, by the way, hey, I'm here for real now. I'm not a turtle anymore.
Yeah.
I want to credit the artist as Shipeku.
Chiz, yeah,
Chiz.
Shipeku.
I want to say the CZE is like Czech, like Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Like Shipeku.
CZEPEKU. Check them out.
Yes.
Twitter. They do amazing maps and art. So just gorgeous stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Very
so
cool.
as you find yourself in a familiar setting, similar to yet not identical to the one near the Ivory Spire, you can feel a low hum. It's kind of a feeling of energy just permeating the ground and the stone and the trees and those same sort of starlit pools all around you. You're reminded of the ancientness of these things, that they defy architecture that you're familiar with. They are unlike anything else that is known to exist. The very center of this one, there's a pale light that just seems to be kind of emanating from nowhere, just there. And as you step through the gate into this grove, you can see Min just kind of looking around, and this is pretty much as it's been every time I've come here.
Min, is this gate the same as the other ones that you've seen in the, what you call it, the Rime Wastes?
No, the one in the Rime Waste is very different, large, much larger. But the few others that I've been to, they're all the same. They all, well, similar.
Yeah,
It
this
will have
one
this
is not exactly the
structure.
same as the Ivory Spire, but it's very similar.
Yes.
Okay, now just remind me. Does it look similar? And we only got a distant look at it, but remember when we were under here and we saw the buried spaceship thing? Does it look similar to that construction?
Ooh.
Give me a what should this be? Insight, history, intelligence?
Boy, wow. You just hitting my top notes here. I will roll
Just an intelligence, like
Sure, I'll roll
trying to
intelligence.
compare. Yeah.
There's 4.
Oh,
Apparently, I'm too
idea.
busy throwing rocks in this hole to really think about it too much. So, all
SMRT.
No clue.
right.
They all bear very similar architecture. Not all of them are above ground in this state. But they are a curious thing, aren't they? I believe that they can be used for something other than just going to the ICANN. That they can go the Yankian, they can go somewhere else. It would seem weird to have all these different gates that just all lead to the same point.
Would it be? I mean, presumably you'd want to have easy access depending on where you are, right?
True.
Do you have any theories as to where this other place would be, or what relevance it would hold?
Perhaps wherever Triskades is from. It's all the void, but the void is not a singular location. If you think of it that way, as many planes and realms are, where there are vast expanses. Perhaps they link to other places in the void, not just the one. And yet, the one that you went through, on the Ivory Spire, the Ivory Spire took you to the same place as the one which I used outside of Stormhaven did.
Well, maybe there's like different settings or something, kind of like on some of those really advanced firearms, you know, like the safety, that thing that all the dwarves always immediately file off.
That in the serial numbers?
Yeah.
Craig?
Yes.
Thinking back to the void gate at the Ivory Spire,
Mhm.
there was like a bubble of energy around it, and that was why we were the only ones able to enter and Kamari could not, right?
As far as I remember, they
Was-
couldn't even get to this point though.
No,
Yeah,
they
no,
couldn't
yeah,
even go
no,
through the gate. They couldn't even see it. All they could see was the gate, like the archway on the
Yeah.
outside, and that's
there
all
was
they could see.
there was a visible barrier.
It was an invisible barrier. Like it didn't
invisible
even
barrier.
exist.
Okay.
They couldn't even see it at all.
For the other people, if I recall correctly, it was that they could see the arch and just ruins, but when we went through it, showed up like this. But there
Yes.
was a bubble in the center.
There was, so the stone structure was a full sphere. It kind of was this full sphere, and then it kind of did like a shifty, openy thing to basically look like it looks now.
Yeah, we opened it up and it had things in it.
Yeah. There were
Um,
creatures. So this
this-
one is in its
this one is
open
already
state, but there doesn't seem to be anything, like the runes aren't glowing. It's open, but apparently inert or inactive.
Does anybody remember how it was that we walked through the void gate before?
I think it was just open.
Flick touched it.
Touched it and then it became a.
Yeah, you touched the
staircase?
bubble and it opened, and then we just were able to go through.
Oh yeah, Flick touches the orb and it opened up to reveal 5 odd creatures.
Quick question: do we know if because you said the trees and stuff here were slightly odd? Do we know if when we step through these arches, like how do we know it doesn't always just take us to like some other place somewhere and we're not actually still in? Did we figure that out last time? I can't remember.
So
we figured out it was like a different time period or something.
Yeah,
right?
because the
You
sky was
were-
different.
So it was like you were where you were, and then I'm like at one moment you weren't. The sky was different, and then when you came back, it was your sky again. Like it seemed to be some sort of parallel locations, but from what you can tell right now, like everything looks like you're on Eudor, like you're on Kias Island for.
Okay, so this is definitely
as much as you can tell, but there is some growth, like some strange growth that seems to be like there's trees that don't look native, and from what you can tell from where like the roots and stuff are, they seem to be kind of almost coming out from this growth, like they're coming out from here.
Do these pools look the same as in the other place as well, where they're
For that dark, almost like starlight liquid.
Hey, Min, where exactly on Keys are we?
We are. Well, let me do this.
Oh my goodness.
We are at 5.
Oh, that's handy.
And this is all mine.
We're at the pin 5 there, where those
and one is
one is
the stronghold.
One is
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the trees.
What's all the other stuff?
Well, I guess you'll find out.
At any rate, this will certainly cut down on your morning commute.
So you are essentially north, slightly to like northeast, like north.
Yeah. Okay.
Of the keep.
So according to this map, then I am led to understand that the weird trees just kind of are here.
Yeah,
it's just kind of a feature of this area. Okay.
And they seem to be, and like I said, they seem to be coming from like surrounding the grove, like where the gate coming out of where the gate is.
That makes sense. Kamari said that the void gate at Ivory Spire just appeared one day. So this is not natural. This wasn't, this hasn't been here a long time.
I'm feeling like these are from other places and they've just sort of overlapped.
Yeah.
But I think that might be a little too far advanced for Talon's dumb mind.
I think Dinar can kind of reason that out.
It's the one pitfall of playing a dumb character.
So when you're smarter than the character,
when you actually have something interesting to say, you're like, I got to keep my mouth shut.
You just have to come to that conclusion in a really stupid way. That's all.
Since Flick is already throwing stones into the pools, are the stones popping out of the other pools like they were at the first void gate?
Oh, I missed that. Sorry. Flick, you're tossing. Okay.
They go.
So unlike the other place where they kind of like go in and come out other places, it hits the liquid, and it almost like it's like a non-Newtonian liquid. Like you hit it and it kind of like bloop, like bounces off it for a second, and then like
then slowly sinks in.
And then slowly sinks in.
How far down is the surface of the liquid?
Like from the lip of the pool?
Yeah.
That's probably like a foot.
Well, that sounds like invitation to play at that point. So I'm gonna like slap it.
Okay. Yeah. So it has that like that resistance of like that weird like
that push, man. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah.
There's kind of like a ripple that comes out. Give me a perception check, please.
Perception. Awesome. Hey, a skill I'm trained in. Here we go. Hey, 16.
16. Okay. There's a very strange sensation when you just kind of smack the top of it, like when you hit the top of the liquid. You swear for a moment that you feel your hands connecting with almost like another hand below the liquid. Like it's like almost like you high-fived somebody. There's a connection, and it almost kind of makes you go like, whoa.
Was it a reflection? Is this like a...
There's no reflection, no, because it's like liquidy, like
an opaque kind of...
Yeah.
It's Flick from the past and the other gate.
This is like liquid space. is the best way I can describe it, like liquid night sky. But you just get that sensation almost as if you touched something or somebody, like a hand. You're like,
well, that's mildly creepy.
Piano fingers coming up now. I'm gonna start playing on piano keyboard, see if I feel resistance as I'm like pushing individual fingers in.
It's a weird sensation. Like
Yeah.
it's like almost like somebody else's fingers are responding to yours underneath it. There's
Hey, D, check this. And I will demonstrate the the slap ends like, but it feels not only like my hand is hitting the surface of the liquid, but there's put here, and I'll grab his hand and just smash it in as well. I was like, check this out. That's weird.
Do I feel as Flick describes?
check. I'll give you advantage on it.
Sorry, which check?
Perception.
Perception. Okay.
I'll give you advantage because of what
Because I'm
he's
helping.
doing to you. Yeah.
All right. Perception, not my greatest, but it's okay. Oof, that's an 8 and a 1. Plus 1, so 9.
9. Okay. You don't quite get the same sensation that he was describing, or at least it doesn't really stand out to you. But as you're kind of like turning away, I must be like, I don't really feel it. The surface of the water, of the liquid, suddenly gushes up, and 4 long, blood red, sharp claws attached to a strange, murky hand just reach out and grab for you. I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Like, we're not playing with the magic portal slime anymore.
It's so fun.
I feel like
So
I am wildly caught off guard, so just a regular perception
I
initiative,
think, yeah.
probably.
I think, yeah, that's fitting.
I do survival because I don't want to die.
Sure.
I want to survive this encounter.
I mean, I
can think of a more salient one.
I was studying it. I think probably perception for me as well.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. That was a bad roll.
I will also do perception.
Why is it?
Oh, that was also a bad roll.
Is it showing that? Why is it showing that for me? Man, this is weird.
I will. I would also like to use perception to try and figure out what the heck's going on.
Just trying to high five the pond, and now it's giving me grief, man. That's.
If you didn't want the high five, you could just say no thanks. Like,
Right? Mind you, anything that doesn't want a high five is probably a violent murderer.
This
Fair.
is also true.
fair.
You got left hanging one too many times.
All right. Tayland.
Aye.
You see this clawed hand. You can see it like come out and reaching for Dinar. What would you like to do?
Okay. Well, we can't have it touching our glass cannon. Can I, so I can just see the hand coming out of the pool and I can't see anything else?
Correct.
Okay. And it definitely seems aggressive. Like we're fairly certain this is okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just trying to shake your hand. I don't want to.
It's blood red claws, like yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If that's the case, then perhaps we should help him say hello. I would like to move up to the pool and I should be able to get a good view of the hand as it's emerging. And I shall direct my squeeze box towards it.
Okay.
Come here and give it a big hug, you nasty. And I shall cast Pulse Wave.
Ooh.
As a wave of air will rush it up towards us.
Okay. So as you see,
I'll need it to make a Constitution save.
okay. So getting a close look, this is what you see.
Oh,
more or
God.
less.
That's horrifying.
Someone's been watching The Last of Us.
I think at this point I'm willing to rule out that it is probably not friendly.
Like, is it like a roast turkey? Like, I'm just coming up to get us?
So what was that save? Sorry.
Constitution.
Ian, I don't know what your Thanksgivings look like, but that is not a turkey.
Well, if you
That'd be
stand it
a
up,
12.
stand it up.
12 is not enough.
Aha.
Wind torrents through the chamber, yanking this thing 15 feet towards us. And obviously, once it reaches us, it'll have to stop. But
Yeah, so it just comes right out of the sludge.
and
Just like,
it is going to take damage.
sweet.
22 force damage to be specific.
Whoa! Nicely done.
And at that, I would like to gust of wind myself back about 10 feet.
What?
Whoa! Now that's a beast. Torque, kill it. I don't think it appreciates my music. It doesn't look like it has ears.
Okay.
Well,
Dinar.
to go for it.
Really? I'm next?
Yes.
I know, right?
Okay. I guess I did get it.
What are the
16.
odds?
Okay. Well, I feel like if I try to move anywhere, it's just going to attack me. So I think what Dinar is going to do in that moment is, pull out a piece of cured leather, kind of bop it off his chest, and cast mage armor on himself.
Okay.
And then I don't think I want to move because I don't know how heavy this thing's gonna hit yet, and Torque's nowhere near me, so I'll just stay put.
I'll figure that out for you, Chief. Don't worry.
Oh, Torque's already got a plan to get you out of harm's way, Captain.
Right. Wilhelmina's turn. All right. She's going to invoke her shroud. And you see these strange spectral wings kind of just suddenly like burst out from behind her, and her appearance like darkens somewhat, which becomes almost ethereal, and she lifts off the ground, not like flying necessarily, but just kind of hovering a few feet off the ground. So she has her necrotic shroud enacted, and she will she says I don't recall those being here before.
Yeah, we make friends everywhere we go.
And so she's going to cast Magic Missile.
Solid.
Good call.
Just at just level 1, so 3 darks.
One on Flick, one on Dinar.
This is where
Oh no, she was working with the thing.
12.
Yep.
So 12 points of force damage on the Korek.
Correct. Okay.
She kind of hovers in over here a little bit, and she seems to kind of be studying, being like, that's an old creature. And that is her turn. All right. Talon, you hear a sludging sound behind you.
Great.
Oh.
As you turn and see from the other pool, another one kind of pops out.
Well, you know what they say, 15
the
men in a
muck.
dead man's chest.
And it leaps out of the pool, trailing starlit sludge behind it. And comes rushing towards you.
No.
And rather than its face opening, a couple parts on its body open to reveal like teeth and mouths that just go and kind of screech at you.
I like how you said that as if I was expecting its face to open.
I mean, rather than a mouth, it's like...
Yeah, no,
right,
I get what you meant. I really enjoyed the description there.
Aunt Minnie, is this the joy we're supposed to be finding in life?
I'm assuming 12 does not hit.
A 12 will not, as I expertly dodge aside.
Followed by an identical 12 and
25.
God.
25
Oh, Jesus. These are some Pathfinder rolls.
Yeah.
A 25 will hit.
That will hit, and my bardic inspiration ain't gonna do a thing about that. And let's see how bad this is. Let's see. It can't be
7 points of slashing damage.
Okay, that was definitely not worth the silvery barbs. We're okay.
Getting right up close to this thing as it's like in your face and attacking, it is very disturbing. It's just otherworldly and just kind of really sets you off. Like this thing is.
It is so aggravating and disturbing to my demeanor.
It just shouldn't be. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like it just defies your understanding. Torque.
All right, so seeing the others being swarmed by these creatures.
I mean, swarmed is.
I'm gonna rage and use my instinctive pounce. So as Torque like literally breaks off into a run towards the others, like he literally grows as he like launches himself off the ground basically, and I just imagine that he like cracks the cobblestones behind him from just the force of just like his foot pushing off from that initial sort of bound.
I love it.
Anyway, so I can move 20 feet over here. As I do so, I am going to make I guess, because my Mighty Impel is a bonus action, so I can't do it in the same turn that I begin a rage. I will make a reckless attack against the one that is targeting Dinar to my right.
Okay.
And for the purpose of Elemental Cleaver, let's say that I'll just do some... I'll do acid damage on this one to see if that's any good.
Okay. Cool.
Where's my... Okay, yeah. I see how this works now. I see how I set up this. All right, so Whelming Wrath. Reckless attack. Okay, so does that 29 hit?
Wow.
Yeah. Heckin' yes, it does.
Alrighty. So that'll be 13 bludgeoning damage plus, an additional 3 acid damage.
Okay.
And I'll use my Crusher Feet to push him 5 feet away.
Okay. He's kind of still in the pool and just kind of...
Yeah, I just imagined him like stumbling backwards, like splashing all this goo everywhere. And I won't be able to push him, but I'll use my second attack to attack the one that's nearest to Talon right now.
Okay. Kind of going over Talon.
Yeah, since my increased size also gives me increased reach.
Indeed.
So
Ooh.
Oh, and look at that. Natural 20.
Oh!
Or a total of 30.
Ooh!
Wow.
So this guy is going to take 16, 19 plus 8, 27 bludgeoning damage plus an additional 8 acid.
Wow.
I like to
Wow.
imagine Talon just feels like the rushing air and ducks just as like
Yeah, just like,
holding breath that goes over his head.
Not, yeah. Dang.
Also, just so everyone knows, until the start of my next turn, you all have advantage on attack rolls against this one in particular
Okay.
because of my crusher feat.
Oh, fun. How
Nice
hurt are they
round.
looking at this point?
This guy in the pool is looking, we'll call it bloodied. Though he has no blood shed, but weird ick. But he looks icked. The other one is definitely hurt, but not to that extent. All right. Are there bars not showing up for you guys?
No.
Yeah. Well.
I can see the bars of everyone on our side.
Yeah. It should come up now.
There we go.
I see the one on the left, and there we go. There's both.
Lick.
Well, everyone's
Oric
got
in the pool
way
is
now.
looking hurt, definitely.
I mean, if you attack this one, you'll have advantage.
On all attacks against it?
Yep, until the start of my next turn.
All right,
Wow.
then. Well, that kind of decides that, then. To Shma.
It's just that normally whenever I get a critical, we're just never actually in a position where we can take advantage of that.
Well, actually, you know what? I don't need to get that far. I can just use 10 feet of movement to get to there and attack with advantage a bunch of times here. Let's start it off, shall we? We'll open up with a booming blade on the old whip here. 28 gonna hit?
Yeah.
Probably. All right, so there's 8 slashing, 12 thunder.
20.
Then I'll bonus action whip him again. 22.
That'll hit.
I will throw my Fury of the Small in on this one for a total of 22 damage on that one.
Nice.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
As you're like
Actually-
slashing away at this one, a huge mouth opens up with teeth where you slashed across. That wound turns into like a mouth, basically, with like huge long fangs. It's just like
Yeah, I need to put this one down. Action surge. Gotta keep the whipping coming here. 18 probably hit.
Yep.
All right. Another 10 points damage.
Oh, just hanging
All
out.
right, that's fine. 16?
16 still hits. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's all
Another
right.
8.
Talon will finish him off.
No need. Aha!
Sayonara. All right, so that was 10.
I but have to blink and they fall after being whipped by Flick.
He did.
10 and then another 20 to there. Done.
I know that's a fear thing it says, but I like this call for dead.
Yep.
Makes more sense for being
Alright.
of the dead persuasion.
Action surge, Fury of the Small. Done.
Yeah, you just like whip, taking advantage of torque, basically crushing the thing, and you just go to town on it, and
Lash,
Yeah.
lash, lash.
yep. All right. That brings us to this one in the pool. And standing in the pool, you see it kind of reach a hand down in. And again, the mouth opens like on this one's shoulder and just like that's what this like ear piercing shriek. And you see a couple of the pools around just like start to bubble.
Mm.
And it is going to go after the one who killed its killed the other one. So it's gonna target you, Flick. It comes rushing at you, and its clawed hands, big long red claws. It's gonna make 3 attacks at you. 7's gonna miss. 10's gonna miss, and 12's gonna miss. Just can't hit you. Can't do anything. Okay.
I will conveniently flip him off twice.
Now you
Double
can
bird.
see, as you're looking at this one, you can see that its form is like trying to heal itself. You can see like the wounds like trying to close, but where the acid damage from Torque has hit it,
Nice.
it is unable to. Like you see it like it's trying to like knit itself together, but it just dissolves.
That was a total shot in the dark. I did not know that was going to be the effective one.
Nicely done.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Flick, can you use Mage Hand to flip him off a 3rd time?
I need to get Mage Hand. Do not have it. Although I could minor illusion a whole array of.
So.
Can Page turn into an origami hand?
Just give me 1 second here. So you see the pools, a couple of them start to do this strange bubbling.
That's concerning.
And come to life.
Oh boy. That's bigger.
Oh, well, that's interesting, isn't it?
On the one that it was standing in.
Oh no.
Starts to animate as well.
The pool is closed. There are no lifeguards on duty.
All right, Tayland.
Wanted to play patty cake. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay.
Good look at these things here.
Oh, that looks terrifying.
Yeah, big giant ooze. Got it.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. This one next to me, sorry, is dead, right?
It is dead.
Yeah. Okay.
That doesn't look like it's gonna reanimate. or
Okay.
anything.
There we go. I was okay.
No, it's dead.
Okay. Just making sure. Well, this is a bit of a thing. Okay, if I go here, that's not 15. That's not 15 either. Wow, that is short. Oh boy, how much you want to bet these things are probably immune to all kinds of conditions?
Yeah. The giant pudding pops tend to be a little.
Pudding pops.
Yeah, like charm, for example. Cool.
I mean, shoot your shot, you know?
Charm your dessert. Go for it, man.
Oh, man.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
I mean, I kind of feel like I want to just attack those 2 guys over there. Actually, you know what? You guys have got that one. I'm going to go after the one behind us. There's like 4 of you over there and nobody back here to protect me. So I'm going to protect myself, damn it.
Put on your own oxygen mask before you put on others.
Exactly. All right. I am going to about face, look at this slimy creature, and gulp slightly as I realize how much bigger it is than me. Oh boy. And they go after me. Oh, I guess we'll let's see how far these things can move. I am going to outstretch and try to thrust the waters of the pool. This is for spell effect. Up against the creature, sending it flowing back and away from me. Far away from me. Paige is in quite the danger there. We're gonna move.
Little bit.
We're gonna move.
That's okay. I got more paper.
Well, I feel bad messing.
I mean, I do
up.
too, but she understands.
I'm gonna move.
And you just gotta turn the page. Start a new chapter.
I'm gonna move here, and I think that'll do it. And I'm gonna thrust outward towards this void pool behind me. Let's give him another wave of pulse. Why not?
All right.
Away,
con save?
away. Yes, it is. We'll haul away together.
20.
That's pretty high. I'm gonna go ahead and silvery barbs that.
5.
Hey, all right. It only cost me 2 spell slots. Let's hope it was worth it. All right. It is going to take some damage. Okay. 26 force damage. And it will get thrown back 25 feet away from me.
I mean, that's
assuming it's able to be.
useful.
The pulse of force magic seems to ripple right through
Oh, that's
the void pool and
fantastic.
do
Oh, jeez.
thing.
Well,
Force
that's
immunity. That is
that's
not.
that's
And it
my
like
most.
it kind of like bends backwards and like
We might have a problem.
Huh.
That is my most damaging spell. That's not good. There goes my silvery barbs for this round. Ha hey! I am immediately going to move the heck out of the way. So I moved.
give me
15
as a
feet.
free reaction here. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. I can give that a shot. 18.
Okay. You sense that the reason your force magic didn't do anything to this is because it itself seems to almost be made partially of force energy.
I kind of figured that was the case.
You
yeah.
see the pulsing within it, that as it reacts within it, it's like, oh, it is force energy
Yeah.
partially.
I'm backing the heck up. And I guess I'll. Oh boy. Oh man, I do not feel safe. Oh boy.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. Torque. I will very quickly scream a terror-filled shanty at Torque to grant him some bardic inspiration.
Kill it dead, kill it dead, kill it dead, kill it dead. Please kill it dead.
Brave Sir Tayland. Sir Tayland led the way.
All right, is that it for Taylor then?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay.
What a great help I've been.
I kind of feel like Torque is fighting a war on two fronts right now.
Yeah. Hey, Dinar, maybe don't try that magic missile spell you like so much.
All right.
Roger that.
So it's the one that you attacked begins to kind of like slurp over the edge of the pool.
No.
Oh Lord, it's coming.
No.
It's just like moving across the ground.
I don't like the use of slurp as a verb.
rears up in front of you, and just from somewhere on its amorphous body, just a pseudopod comes out
Oh boy.
to slam you.
I duck.
9 is not going to hit. 20.
Oh, there's nothing I can do about it. Oh boy. Oh, that's a lot.
So you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, an additional 6 necrotic. You are grappled.
Hooray!
Oh, crap.
Yeah, that about.
So until the
Makes
grapple
sense.
ends, you are restrained, and you feel your energy begin to be sucked through a portal to the void.
Guys, I feel like my energy is being sucked into the void.
As you feel yourself
That's very
start to,
specific.
as the part that's holding you, like you can see the body start to kind of open up a little bit, and there's like swirling vortex of an extraplanar portal.
Okay.
That's not good.
Is that all? That's all I see. It's going to pull me into a portal.
Seems like it's pulling you into the void.
Can I get a rough idea on how quickly it's doing that?
I'd say.
Is this like a start of its next turn kind of deal? Is this a start of my turn kind of deal?
You're not aware.
Okay,
It's not like it doesn't feel like it's an immediate.
It's just
it feels
opening
like
the portal,
Like slowly starting to like. Oh
Okay.
crap! It's not like a, but.
I might
Yeah.
be all right if you guys want to take care of those things.
All right, Min's turn. Min hasn't
Bring him
really
over
noticed
here.
what you're doing over there, Talon. Yeah, well, she kind of does, but she's
I was gonna say, there's no way she hasn't figured something.
but she's looking in this over here, which is the more immediate to her,
Yeah.
and the Korok that's still there. I think she's gonna try and go after that one if she can.
By the way, Craig, I have to give you congratulations, DM to DM. I have never been so terrified as risks being pulled into the void. That's got my heart going. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
it really does put a special.
That's
special
cool,
kind of
eh?
fear in you.
Yeah, I enjoy that. How is she gonna do?
Hey, Aunt Minnie, you got an elemental assessor on your roster?
All right.
You know what hurts
she-
these things?
I'm not entirely sure, but she will. She's gonna send a ray of frost at this dude here. 12 is not gonna hit him, unfortunately. Oh bollocks! I didn't suppose they want to be friends.
I mean, one's hugging Talon right now, so maybe.
Yeah, he wants to take me home with him.
But what she will do though is she'll kind of move over here, and you see her hands start to kind of glow with energy, and I'll heal you if I can, Talon.
Yeah,
Magic
I think I'm
missile
good. The
and
healing would
healing.
be nice.
And she's preparing for that. Dinar, your turn.
Based on what I've seen so far, would Dinar consider these void pools to be shape changers?
They're not shape shifters. They're amorphous. Like they don't seem to have any specific shape. from what
So
you can
is
tell.
amorphous different than shape changers?
Yes, because a shape changer means that it could like turn into other things, like a doppelganger.
Amorphous just means that it has no set form.
It is
Okay.
an ooze, not a shape changer.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure, because the spell that I want to use specifically says the spell has no effect on a shape changer, which Dinar would know.
Yeah, it's not a
So-
shape changer. It's an ooze.
Okay. In that case, then, Dinar is going to step away from the pool that he's currently standing next to, just kind of out into the open because there's no safe place right now. And he will pull out
I need a safe space.
I need a safe space. He's going to pull out a caterpillar cocoon in his one hand, and he's going to mutter some arcane words, and he is going to target the void pool that is trying to suck Talon into the void.
Arcane
And,
words.
Dinar will attempt to polymorph the void pool.
Ooh.
So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Has to beat a 16.
They're hopefully not good at those.
I am hoping.
Steve wise.
A wise blob.
Crying out loud.
Well, that's some good information.
That's a nat 20,
20
minus
not
2.
That is
Minus
some
2.
fantastic information.
So 18.
Don't feel
I
bad,
mean,
Dinar. We have learned
yeah,
a great
we are
deal.
gathering intel.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, but that doesn't save you.
Oh,
Which is the whole point.
Don't worry.
Hang on.
I'll be fine. It was worth it to learn.
Triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. I will silvery barbs that shit.
Ah,
I forgot that you both have that.
wow.
0! Hey!
That's pretty much the other end of the spectrum.
It is entirely. It is.
All right. In that case, then, the spell
Got a
will...
0.
the spell will go off. And I think being inspired by their amorphous form and the fact that Dinar's got a caterpillar cocoon in his hand, he's going to turn it into a little caterpillar.
Fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah.
Oh, and I will grant
Man.
myself advantage on my next attack roll
Wow.
on account of Torque already reckless attacks, and you guys
Alright,
don't
so
use
this
attack
is
rolls.
acid
so,
thing, but I'm going to use that symbol anyways. And so it is a tiny little caterpillar.
Great.
So clearly the grapple ends. It can no
Yay.
longer-
Whoa. All right.
It's just kind of curled around Talen's finger.
Yeah. Oh.
Must resist urge to squash.
Nobody touch it. Just put it down somewhere far away and don't touch it. With any luck, it won't be able to revert back.
You know how small this thing is, right?
Yes, which is why I'm saying put it away and don't touch it.
It'll get immediately stepped on.
If you step on it, you're grappled again, so don't touch it.
All right, is that it for Dinar?
That will be it. Maybe Dinar just takes one more step that way after the success of the spell.
All right. The other void pool.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah.
Is going to slurp its way forward to Torque. Pseudopod. Nope. 12.
12 will not hit. 14 will not hit.
Nice.
And Torque.
What do I want to do here? I guess we'll take out the little one first, or attempt to. Just to kind of clean up the board a little bit.
Yep. Good call.
Reckless attack. 28 to hit.
Yes, sir.
So that would be 22 bludgeoning plus an additional 6 acid.
Nice.
Okay.
And that's not quite enough to take him out.
No, but definitely hurts him.
Well, in that
Significantly.
case, I will make a second reckless attack.
Whoa.
18.
18 hits.
Okay, so
Oh, wow.
in that case, 24 bludgeoning plus
Acid.
4 acid.
I will do it.
Aha!
Beautiful.
Wunderbar.
Flick, how are you feeling? Is this too close for comfort?
Nah. I got to get up and close and personal. It's all good. We got it covered.
How about you, Talon? Do you think you need some distance?
Wouldn't say no, but I have options.
I think I have the reach for this, so I can, as a bonus action, use my Mighty Impel to just fastball special Dinar. I mean, Flick Talon over here to Dinar if you want some breathing room.
Can you? How tall is this this ruined gate next to us?
I'm gonna pop them up on top of here.
That one, it's probably about 15 feet or so, I'd say.
So if I throw him 30 feet on a diagonal, would I be able to get him up there?
I'd say yeah.
Okay.
That would be wonderful.
Let's flavor this as like I swing my hammer horizontally again, and as I do, Talon just jumps up, lands on the head of the hammer, and then I just like
stormy oceans
swing
carry
him up
us
there.
to lands we've never known. Yeah.
And I'll send him on up to the top of the arch.
So here's my question.
Yeah, here we go.
So we determined that the thing shrunk to caterpillar size because it was grappling you, that you were kind of holding onto it.
Yeah.
Not your turn, so you weren't able to drop it.
Yeah.
So as you're flying up
Oh shoot.
and
You need to
unable
make a-
to do anything,
Yeah.
Just sit gently on the ground before you get thrown. It'll be fine.
trying to figure out how we determine whether this thing hangs onto your finger
I mean, I think the
or
usual
not.
understanding is that by me moving Talon, that would automatically end the grapple.
Well,
it's-
no. So the concept is if it's on my hand and you send me flying, it could go with me. It could fall.
Exactly.
It could
Yeah.
be that in the process of me flying, I accidentally crush it. Like there's a myriad of things that could
There
go wrong
is,
here.
and I'm trying to determine.
Sounds like a deck save to me.
Yeah, I was trying to think
I
if there was like a
think- I
save
think
I could make or
That's what I was trying to figure out what save, and I think that makes sense. The deck save. So go ahead and give me a deck save here, Taylor.
can do. I am good at that. 23.
Okay.
Gently place it off the ground and then
Is that like cupped in his hands?
Well, I think it more that it doesn't fall off of you. Like you were made like whoa, like it stays with you
the
because you're
best option
suddenly
is that I
going
keep
with you.
it,
So, so tiny little void pool caterpillar is on your finger as you get flung up on
I'm
top.
just imagining like a regular caterpillar, but it's like dark purple with like the little star spots on it.
It's got little like pseudopods, like.
Right.
All right, you were on top of the arch with
Center stage
with the void pillar.
Yeah.
Flick. Beautiful.
I'm
All right,
wait, so
I
that's,
will.
that's the end of your turn, right, Torque? Is that everything?
Yeah, I don't think I want to move.
Okay.
So I'll stay put.
I will move to here. I will booming blade with advantage because of the silver barbs, like so. 28 will probably hit.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Garbage on the booming blade. So 14 points of damage, assuming thunder damage goes through fully.
Thunder is good. So
All right.
14 points, you said?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's nice to know the thunder is good.
Ah.
I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk. So thunder damage went through fine. I'm going to then bonus action cast a touch range spell through my familiar. Paige will touch herself to cast Dragon's Breath. Third level.
There you go.
Paige is now going to be imbued with Lightning Breath.
That is some shenanigan right there. I love
That
it.
is some shenanigan.
And then we'll fly to Shma and make a 15-foot cone to hit this guy.
Shenaniganery.
And my Dragon's Breath
Classic.
at 3rd level. So we're looking for a Dex save.
Dex save?
Blob.
Oh yeah, so fast.
Mm-hmm.
How's a
Nimble
3?
blob. Hey, you failed my saving throw. So that
You
is
activated my
17
trap
points
card.
of lightning damage.
Oh, this bodes well.
Nice.
Nice.
Also, we don't have a bar over the void pool's health or icon
And
either.
Do we know that lightning is especially good for this, or?
doesn't seem to be extra effective, but it definitely
Listen, I have
heard it and connected.
I have
so.
4 damage types, and it's immune to one of them,
I just revealed the other 2 are okay.
and that is very good
Yes. All right.
because the last thing we fought was immune to all of it.
Yeah, that was horrible.
And one of those damage types is emotional damage.
Let's see. I've moved. I'm not going to move any further. I am now concentrating on a spell, but otherwise I'm done.
Okay. Talent.
Right.
Keeping in mind that you have a little void pillar on your finger.
Yeah, that's fine. I should probably get rid of that at some point, but I feel like dropping it is a bad move for, nice Auntie Min down there. Just, here you go. I think I don't want to set it down because I do definitely want to keep it, I want to know where this thing is. And if I set it down, I'm worried. No.
Swallow it.
I will resist the
call of the void, as it were.
No. What is in the intrusive thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
Swallow the polymorphed creature. And in one hand I shall keep it, while in the other I'll begin to gesticulate my hand into the sky to begin to form storm clouds. Oh, you don't know a storm till you've ride the winds neath cold and cloudy skies. Oh, and lightning down on that void pool.
Okay.
Till you're
Save.
sailing through decks the thunderhead with the lightning
Ooh,
in your
17.
eye. Wow! Holy smokes.
I gotta roll really high for these guys to get
I was
anything.
gonna say,
That's a -2.
Mid-range.
That's pretty spectacular. I was not expecting
We're
that.
targeting the right save. For sure.
I am not going to bother throwing anything. Man.
Half damage still?
Well, we could do a test. I really... I'm going to throw some cutting words on that. If it is immune to charm, it has no effect. Which is the most bogus restriction.
I know.
Last feature. Great. I
It is
figured.
immune to being charmed.
All right. It will.
You can't insult the sludge.
I figured, but it is a weird void sludge. You never know.
It's true.
You never know. That also means that a good third of my spell list is useless in this fight. So, luckily, Call Lightning is not one of them. 24 damage, which will be halved. That sucks. That was a good damage roll too.
Not bad.
Since you're casting a spell which requires somatic components, give me a dexterity saving throw for the caterpillar on your finger, please.
Fair enough.
I think that's only fair.
Hey.
26.
Wow.
Okay.
Yake.
Yep.
No, that is fair. I'll need to be more careful.
Void pillar stays on your hand.
Lightning will begin to arc over Talon, his eyes kind of rivulating of these bolts as he continues to swirl skies and chant out loud.
You know, Devin, as you say that, your ring light is perfectly reflected in your glasses.
It's
so
true.
There's a lot of immersion here.
All right. Now, caterpillar is not an intelligent creature.
Gonna
Void
bite
pool is
me
not
in the-
necessarily an intelligent creature either. But caterpillars will try to escape your hand and get off of you if they feel threatened.
Is it suicidal though?
Well, I'm going to roll an intelligence check
Okay.
for this thing just to see.
What's the intelligence threshold where you're so dumb that you become a dodo bird?
Well, I mean, this thing has a -4 to intelligence, so.
Oh, that's pretty dumb.
Now the good news
So-
is it's not falling a significant distance. It's not going to take damage from falling out of your hand, right?
Well,
It is a
You
caterpillar.
would think so, and
depends
yet
it depends on where it falls. To be fair.
Yeah. So it's kind of like it starts to move like on your finger, like down towards your hand, but it doesn't go off your finger. It's just kind of like.
All right, I'm already far too paranoid about this thing. It's got to
Well,
go.
what, man? It's the only
It's
solution.
the only solution.
All right,
For instant
Min.
death. Gonna grapple in from the inside out.
Void pool coming out of all
Like,
orifices.
if you die from swallowing a polymorphed centipede, that's it. We're not bringing you back. That's
I mean, that's probably fair.
Okay, so Min seeing that thunder and lightning, very very frightening, have seemed to
yeah.
be
Do you know
good.
what happens to a void pool when it gets hit by lightning?
is it the same thing as everything else?
Yes.
However, magic missile will do nothing. She knows that because force damage did nothing. She saw that. She doesn't have very many high. I mean, unless she just goes full on with that. So, you know what? She will use a sorcery point to change her ray of frost into a ray of lightning. That sounds good.
Oh,
Ugh.
not like that. It don't.
Yeah. Except that she misses.
You're such a great shot.
A for effort.
Sorcerer Supreme Aunt Minnie's really bringing her A game here.
A for effort.
Bollocks again. I have no idea what to do with these things. This is
bollocks once more.
extraordinary. Indeed. She's just baffled because she's kind of like got that like scholar's mind where she's looking at it, like trying to study it, and you can see her going like, Dinar.
Is beginning to understand why she got killed. Oh. 5, 10, 15,
A
20.
from D.
Disintegrate.
Beautiful.
Dinar will move over to
We're
here.
rubbing off on him.
And since the acid was so effective against the red, bloody, chest-face mouth people, Dinar, somewhat limited in what he can attack with right now, since force doesn't work and Dinar was expecting downtime.
Red, bloody nose, face, chest people.
Yeah, that describes
That's
them, right?
I mean, we don't know what their actual name is.
You're still in.
Be the characters.
You're still in RP mode for spell selection, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
That's great.
Oh no.
Yeah. So Dinar will move to that place and he will gather up a ball of acid and he will chuck the acid, the bubble of acid, at the void pool, and it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh yeah.
Those deck saves rolling, man. That's
Yep.
the way to go.
There we go, man. How's a 0?
A 0 looks like 3d6 acid damage.
And you know what? Zero's actually the DC.
That was a terrible roll. That's a total of 5 acid damage. On 3d6, that's a total of 5.
Ooh.
That hurts.
The acid seems to have no effect.
Oh, for
Yeah,
crying out loud.
I was gonna say the red bloody mouth face people also took force damage, so
They took what?
they were damaged by force because that
They were
was the first thing I
susceptible
did
to
to
force,
them.
so yeah.
I thought they were susceptible to... I thought nothing was susceptible to force. I thought they were all resistant to force.
Nope.
Nope.
Just the void pool?
Just the void pool.
Okay. But the red bloody face people, mouth face people, they were susceptible to the acid, though, right?
Yeah, they took,
okay,
they
all
took
right.
acid and force.
Yeah.
Okay, all
They
right.
have different.
They were probably
different,
resistant to thunder and lightning.
different strengths
okay.
and weaknesses.
Yeah, all right. Okay, well,
To be fair, that's good to know because that's my most damaging cantrip. So we're on a roll here.
we're learning stuff.
Yeah, no cutting
I
words.
really
no,
hope we have to fight these things again because we're well equipped now.
library.
So I was there, so 5, 10, 15. I'll just go back 20, 25 to there. And that'll be my turn.
All right. The void pool is going to target Mr. Flick. $15 to hit.
15 might hit. Let me just roll the shield here. On a 2, my AC is 14, and I'll cast a shield spell and block that.
Okay. 19.
19. Again, I will have to check. Shield is still active. Where? Just had it. There it is. 5. Yes, my AC is 25.
Okay. It is going to sludge itself back into the pool.
Oh, crap.
Torque.
Okay, so the fight's not over then.
Well, there is still the polymorphed one.
The voider pillar.
Right. Well, real quick, as
right,
a bonus
Torque.
action, I'm going to switch my elemental cleaver damage from acid to lightning.
Hey, Torque, batter up.
You just throw it.
I don't think that's a good idea.
As soon as it hits the hammer, just like engulfs Torque.
What can I do here that I will allow me to not lose my rage?
Smack yourself.
Punch yourself in the face.
Punch yourself.
I was gonna say, yeah.
8
Stub
flick,
your-
2 for flinching.
Stub your toe.
Try to pick your nose with the anchor on your back and fail miserably.
Well, okay, listen. The void pool has another turn before my next turn. I could potentially get attacked by it and take damage.
Just ready in action to
So that-
smack it out of
that's-
midair.
They are separate, so the void pool 17 is the one that is currently a caterpillar.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The one that's 13 is the one that has disappeared back into the pool.
I will move over here to get strategically a little bit closer to Dinar. And I'll move over here. I'll ready an action to throw my Whelming Wrath at the void pool or anything else that rises up out of any of these pools.
Okay. Sounds good.
Good call.
All right. Torque takes on a readied stance, is looking around. Flick.
Similarly, Paige will ready a Dragon's Breath. I will position Paige over top of the pool so she can just blast straight down. And Flick will ready a Booming Blade.
Okay. That brings us to Talon.
Okay, so I have some questions about action economy.
No.
Rowing the caterpillar. Is that
Thro-
considered an action?
Throwing the caterpillar?
Yes.
I would consider that an action because it'd be the same as like throwing
Okay.
a weapon or an
That's
improvised
fair.
object or anything,
That's
right?
fair.
Like you're making a
Reaching out
full-
over the reaching out over the side of this ruin and dropping it.
dropping an object is a free action.
Okay.
Right, like if you're thinking of technically of like, if you're like we're to drop something versus throwing, I think
dropping.
you can drop something as a free action, right? So yeah.
Follow up. This counts as a separate creature, right? Like it's not part of me.
No, it's not part of you.
Right. So if I were to,
unless you eat it,
if I were to, for example, Misty Step, it would not come with me.
Correct.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Okay. So if I were to,
unless you, because you can bring it with you, but if you don't,
set it down.
Oh, I can choose to take it with me.
I believe so. With not Misty Steps. No, that's
no Dimension Door.
I'm thinking Dimension Door. Sorry, yeah.
But,
no,
but
Misty Steps.
It's not included as like equipment, right? Like it's
Correct.
its own
so
creature.
if
Right.
you Misty Stepped, then it would stay where it is. Yes, because it is a separate entity.
Okay. Now, if I were to, how can we do this here? Okay. What I would like to try and do, so theoretically, if I just drop it, I would be fairly confident that the impact is going to, because bugs are weird. The impact would potentially damage the caterpillar, or do I think it might actually land okay?
I mean, it's not actually a caterpillar,
right? Yeah.
So I think you figured that you probably, if you dropped it from this height, 15 feet, likely the one damage that a caterpillar has, one hit point.
Yeah.
If actually caterpillar probably has like half a hit point.
I have this really like cool visual in my head, but it's not a good idea to do it, because now that dropping it is a perfectly valid option. That's just better in every way. But Min is directly below me, so the other side, because is that just more path on the other side?
Yep.
South of, okay. So there's no reason I couldn't drop it that way, but then it's kind of away from everybody. And these slants on either side, is it sort of a mild slope?
5 foot. Yeah, so you're probably looking about
because at either side there are these
45
like
to 50 degree
there are these bits that jut out, right? So those bits that jut out, are they like stand-onable?
Yeah, they're like 10 feet off the ground.
That's 10 feet off the ground?
Yeah.
Do I think a drop of 10 feet would be enough?
Well, 10 feet, it's going to take 1d6.
Okay, it would. So
it's going to take a minimum. It's going to take a minimum of 1 damage.
Okay, so if I'm trying not to immediately throw people in harm's way.
Why not?
Okay. Heads up! If I slide down the side here to this point.
Cool.
Is that something I feel like I could do with the caterpillar without worrying about?
Yeah, it's like
it's not too steep, right?
No, it's a drop. It's a drop of 5 feet over.
Okay.
Like 15 feet. So it's a pretty.
So I want to slide down and then drop it off the side, facing, I guess like over here, like kind of as far away from everybody else as possible.
Okay. So yeah, so minimum 10 feet. It's going to take minimum 1 damage. So.
Okay. And then I would immediately like to Misty Step back up to the top of that place.
Okay.
And then
so you don't even see the caterpillar. The caterpillar just kind of
I drop it immediately. I Misty Step back up. So I'll drop it and then just turn into a water vapor, sail my way back up to the top without having to worry about doing any kind of climbing or scaling. And then I will clap my hands, lightning arcing between my eyes, and slam down a bolt upon this creature.
Okay. Dex save.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 12.
The thunder growled like demons, and the lightning stabbed that thing. Oh, come on!
Oh, 4, 1, and 1. Wow.
Oh, that is 11 damage. Oh,
that's rough.
Man.
That hurts.
All right. Take him down.
Okay. Now it's its turn.
Hopefully that didn't seem too self-preservation. But like, I'm a bit scared of that thing.
Understandable.
And now you realize the part where the void tool has spider climb.
I was afraid of that. That's why I went all the way back up to the top.
And it just like reaches over and just.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
so
geez.
5, 10. So it's going to make it right to the edge of this thing here. It's only got a speed of 15.
I'm actually okay with that. That means it's not going after anybody else.
But
I think it's mad at me.
From the corner. Oh, yeah, you're in reach.
Whoa.
Great.
Well, because its pseudopod has a.
Why didn't I Misty Step 5 additional feet the other
all right.
direction?
2 attacks. 13 to hit.
That will not hit.
And another.
Hey.
It's just like.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just like climbing up the arch.
Have I
and
mentioned I really don't like these things?
As you yell that out, Min is like, right. So she will turn around and we'll try this again. That's better.
Hey, all right.
27 for 10 points of lightning damage. She's using her sorcery point to meta magic to change that.
Ray of lightning.
Ray of lightning, yeah. So it'll take 10 lightning damage.
Oh, hey. Just had a thought. I had booming bladed the one that submerged into the pool, so it should take 14 thunder damage from moving.
Oh,
correct. I can remedy that.
What? Hey. Look at us being all responsible with our spells.
Yes, remembering spell effects minutes after they happen, but hey.
All right, so Min will do that. And she'll use her wings and give like kind of a thrust to fly up to you and land beside you, Tayland. And she will use...
Hi.
Hello. She'll use Healing Hands. Or... are you serious? 4 hit points.
Well, that's
better than nothing.
Healing Hands is only a D4.
Oh no, wait! It's supposed to be 5d4. Why did that only roll it once?
Okay.
That's weird. Okay, let me roll another. It's not working, so let me do. Add an additional 11 to that, so 11, 12, so 15 points, 15 HP she restores to you.
Nice.
She invokes the name of Naya, the Fate Weaver.
Ooh.
Restores
fancy
life to you. Dinar.
Thank you kindly.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can only get to there. And then that goes in... Why doesn't that say how far that reaches? Let's see. 30 foot. 30 foot line. So if I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. From there, would it be 30 feet away from me, even though it's up 10?
It's up 10 feet, so yes.
All right. Again, the dexterity saves seem to be
Screw
what's
Pythagoras.
good. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to 30. My speed's 30, right? Yes, it is. From there, Dinar's scales will light up from his tail up to his face, and he will dragon breath the void pool up on the thing, which is radiant damage, so we'll see if that's going to be any more effective. He's got to make a dex save.
Pythagoras will probably disagree with me that that'll hit, or that it's in range, but I don't care. He's dead.
This isn't math class. This is D&D.
Dex save?
Dex save.
You know we're good at these.
2. So that is going to be 3d10.
Nice.
Those are 10s. 1, 2, and we'll use that one. 3d10. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's a 9, an 8, so 17 plus 3, so 20 radiant damage.
Your breath of radiant damage just arcs and hits this thing, and as you see, as the searing holy light impacts with it, that it like burns right through this thing, and it seems to have a mighty impact as it does. Double that.
Hey.
Sweet.
Yes.
It is vulnerable to radiant.
Too bad that's our only source of radiant damage. Unless
You swear that if Sludge could scream, you hear the scream. It's just like sears through it.
Love it. And that's my turn. Sorry, Craig. Question. I, for some reason, on my Roll20 sheet have a thing that says I can use Breath Weapon 4 times. Did you make a modification to Breath Weapon? It's once per rest, right?
I didn't change it.
Okay. I don't know
think
what
that might
I'm
have
doing.
been. I think that Fizzbon changed the breath weapon rules.
Oh, maybe if you're doing,
Fizzban has different Dragonborn rules with different damage dice as well as different action economy.
Right. So we'll look at. I'll have to look at Fizzban's because that's what if it's in Roll20 then.
Now I might have changed that after reading something. I just wasn't sure. I didn't remember it.
Yeah, the main differences are that I believe it does D10's damage and that it is an attack, not an action.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I did just roll D10.
You did, yeah. Yeah. We'll look after.
Okay.
Torque, you are readied. Whelming Wrath.
Yes.
Will trigger as the void pool pops up on the other side of the path here.
Let's get at it.
Nice.
It is before your turn.
Just before.
So I'll use my reaction to roll a whiff. I'm assuming on a 13.
Oh.
Well, seeing as these things have an armor class of 8, yes, it'll hit.
Oh, well, I stand corrected then.
Well done, well done.
Pretty easy to hit because they're slow and they're
That'll be a 21
target.
bludgeoning. 21 bludgeoning plus we gold 5 lightning.
Okay. So yeah, it definitely takes that. It's gonna slurp its way out of the pool towards you. Pseudopod. I guess this is an advantage against you.
Yes, it will have advantage. A 16 will miss though.
$14, so neither one hits.
Yeah, those are all misses.
All right, Dork. It comes back to you.
All right. Well, first thing I'm going to do is, without leaving his area of influence, just move myself in here kind of position myself between him and the captain. In fact, Captain, how would you like to get out of Supod range of both of these guys right now?
No, let's keep fighting.
As long as you're sure. I'll make 2 reckless attacks against the one nearest to me. First will be a 29 to hit.
Yes, sir.
For a total of 21 bludgeoning.
Wow.
Plus a 4 lightning.
Barely
Second
holding
attack.
itself together at this point.
Yeah, if I got a crit now, it'd actually be kind of disappointing in a way. 28. 16 bludgeoning plus...
That'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah. As it just like... It's still like the sludge is there. It just becomes this lifeless pool of sludge. Puddle of sludge.
Nothing else I can do this round except I'll use my remaining movement to just interpose myself between Dinar and this one here.
Okay. All right, Flick.
So how high up the arch is this guy?
10 feet.
So if I'm standing directly underneath him,
You just tickle him with your whip?
like I can definitely get him with a 10-foot reach. Can I get him with a 5-foot booming blade from directly underneath?
He'd be above because he's 10 feet up.
All right, so he starts at 10 feet and goes to 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will whip him twice from here. That's not with advantage, so 13 on the first one.
That hits.
Oh
yeah, that's right.
So 8 slashing on the first one and 11 on the second one. Jeez.
Eleven still hits.
Oh, jeez. It's another 10 slashing on that.
Their AC is 8.
And then Paige will sort of swoop in and blast it with some lightning damage and then swoop out. So that is another dex save.
Yeah. There we go. High roller. 1.
That is beautiful. All right, so another 18 points of lightning damage.
Nice.
Snap, crackle, sludge.
And I don't have anything to do with my bonus action this turn. I feel so.
Is it literally just a paper airplane that just flies by bzz, and then continues flying? Like it's.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like it's a StarCraft enemy.
It's like a drone.
All right, I'm done.
All right, Talon.
Okay, this thing's really starting to tick me the heck off. So we're gonna start with a nice bolt of lightning right down its center fold.
Yep. Bring Talon
Dexterity
Thanos.
save,
Bam,
please.
15.
That will that'll do it.
That succeeds?
Against my druid side, yeah.
Oh.
I don't want to spend spell slots.
Silvery
All
barbs
right.
it.
I don't want to.
It's close. It might do it anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm burning a lot of spells here. I might need them.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the
I'm
thing.
saying is half damage might be enough.
That's what. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Just roll big and do damage, and be fine.
Ooh.
Like that.
That is 28. That's not bad.
To have to 14 is I got a picture. Yeah, about 2 hit points left.
Based on what Craig's face is doing, it's got like 1 or 2 hit points, yeah. 1 hit point.
Yeah.
It had 15 hit. It had 15.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Devin,
Yeah.
got a chaos dice you want to throw into that?
Oh.
It'll be the first time I've done it.
First time for everything.
I feel like that might be the option here, because it's like at that point I now have to start fleeing, and it's let's do it. Let's do it. Chaos. Who needs to live a lawful life?
Certainly not
You
Talon.
have to increase your damage. You're gonna use the increase your damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Now does that increase the halved damage or the overall damage? Which is then halved.
It would increase the overall.
Okay.
You would add it to your total damage. Yeah.
I know it probably doesn't matter for this case, but
And so it would be lightning damage because it's the same as the damage for the attack. So
Okay.
however many dice you're adding to it, you roll.
I mean I feel like 1, right?
Unless you roll a 1.
That's still enough, though.
That's still enough, right?
Yeah.
But wouldn't it just be
Then
29 halved?
Then you're just gonna
because it would bump it up to 30, which would then increase the halved to
15, which is
to
exactly what it
15,
had left.
yeah.
It's got 1 hit point left. So
Oh, was it 29 you were at? I thought you were at 28.
Yes,
Oh,
if you
that's
roll
right.
a 1, then you're screwed. So you've got a
All
1.
right, I rolled a 5, so
you're good. Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful.
And no chaos. So
So how exactly does that work? Like, am I like reaching into the fracture to?
Yep.
Okay.
basically manipulating reality is how the chaos.
Now,
dice
if I
work, is that
recall
you're-
correctly, my fracture is that I hear voices.
Wait, what?
Yeah, remember
Oh.
your dead father who isn't there.
Must write all this down.
So if I may then, as the lightning careens towards this thing and it begins to clamber up the side coming towards me, for a brief moment, I visualize this creature. It kind of flashes back to when I was much younger and a much larger figure was around, and I witness it as an image of Talon's father, which gives me that little extra little extra oomph to the vengeance and hatred churning through me, just enough to jazz up that thunderbolt, that lightning blast, just a wee bit more to fry the things solid.
I'm imagining like he looks down at the like ooze as it's climbing up, and then like your father's face just like emerges out of the slime.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna start like kicking it and shoving it and like taking out the rapier and just stabbing into the thing. I got it.
Wait, ho. Friendly fire. Jeez, you're raining crap on top of me here.
All right, as the oozes turn to lifeless puddles of sludge and eerie calm, quiet returns to the glade here. Talon, you see Mina kind of jump off before letting her wings kind of dissipate, so she's not stuck up there.
I unfortunately cannot do that.
But she just kind of like, fascinating. You seem to have drawn the ire of denizens of the void.
Yeah, well, like we said, we make friends everywhere we go.
All the times that I've come here over the years, nothing has ever stirred previously. Those pools did nothing. But you come along. Fascinating creatures. I've never seen their like before, but they do have that void essence to them. One seemed to be a living portal to the void. Very curious.
Yes, and perhaps the autopsy room will be exactly where we can learn more about that portal and not live experimentation.
Interesting. I suppose a study would be beneficial.
Not this one though, and I'll just stab it again.
How proficient are any of you at harvesting such a creature?
Flick's pretty good at harvesting disgusting things.
Absolutely.
This is true.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
He'll do it for free. He'll do it unasked.
Yeah, this is what sparks joy for me there, Aunt Minnie. So just maybe
Feel free. Oh, would you look at that? She kind of points to the center of the glade, or the center of the ruins, where that pale light that you'd seen before is like just start to spark a little bit and start to glow. I believe the gate is awakening to your presence.
Hey. Life has many doors, and we have a habit of opening them.
Well, should we examine this thing first, or perhaps Flick, you would like to harvest it?
Perhaps we should take a breather
Hurry on
and
it, sister.
steel ourselves for what may lay beyond this, and take stock of the fact that Dinar has all of his less than combat-ready spells prepared.
Very well. Pause would be good. Breathe some fresh air. It's much warmer here than where I've been recently, so we'll enjoy the sunshine.
Can I take a moment to do an acrobatics check to see how gracefully I'm able to climb down from this thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
I kind of want to roll low.
Oh,
there we go.
Too. Yeah.
You're
like, let me just.
Yeah, I just like carefully like going to slide down, and just my foot touches a patch of the slime. Is what?
And you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall.
I am okay with that.
Land right on your tailbone. Your
Ooh,
tail
I've
and bone.
I've done that. That hurts.
It does hurt a lot.
Bruises easily.
I'm all right. I bruised like a peach, though.
So, Fleck.
Uh-huh.
These creatures being not natural,
Mm-hmm.
You may attempt a survival,
Yeah,
or you may attempt Arcana.
that's the better choice. All right, just make sure it's all set. Here we
See
go.
how well
and-
you can do.
How's the 20 work?
Wow.
20. Okay. You managed to basically cut off or salvage kind of like a fist-sized globule of the essence of this void pool, and it's just this weird sludge-like material, seemingly identical in substance, that non-Newtonian liquid kind of feeling to the actual pools themselves, where it's just malleable but doesn't hold its form. But it, like, if you were to hold it tight, it would like resist, but then it just kind of do you have something to carry it in, or what would you like to put it in?
I mean, who uses water skins anyway? Squish that out. Stuff it in there.
Okay.
Goes in the water skin.
All right. So we'll call that, we'll say you've got a pound of void pool sludge.
1 pound void pool sample. Got it.
Right. And as you proceed with that, take a moment to catch your breath. That is where we will end this week's session.
Oh, man.
So we will pick this up in 2 weeks' time, as next week we will be pathfinding.
Yes.
Pathfindering. I'm just looking forward to that. But yes, we will see what awaits with this gate when we return to the Sea of Souls in 2 weeks. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us and for watching, for fighting Gross Sludge or watching us fight Gross Sludge, which is always lots of fun. And we'll catch you next time. So thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Don't eat sludge caterpillars.